of World War II. Welcome to the National Museum of Naval Aviation.
I can't talk unless I have something in my hand. Okay, you know how to get out of the base? Yeah. Okay.
We're going to go outside and look at some of the planes.
And you want to go west?
Okay.
You guys lead the way.
We have Michael with us.
Of course, I have to stop when I'm walking.
We'll tell you if you're about to bump into something.
Okay.
Okay, Charles. You want to go outside first?
Yeah.
Okay, you can click that off.
T-34. Flew that in 54, 55. Training students here in Pensacola.
Neat. Michael, you can get close to Daddy or Grandpa. You can get in the picture.
Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about how you got in the Navy and your career started? Okay, like what age did you go into the Navy?
19.
At age 19.
Enlisted.
Was that your true age or that was the age you put down?
I was true age.
Okay. Okay, tell us a little bit about the first few years of your career and how you became an aviator.
Okay, I was aviation mechanic. About 3 years, put in for flight school and was accepted in 1941. Went to flight school in 41.
Okay.
And were you an enlisted pilot then?
I was an enlisted pilot.
Okay, and that was they made enlisted pilots as a result of the fact that they needed more aviators, or what was the reasoning behind going with enlisted pilots?
Years ago, they thought that a waste of time to put officers through flight school. That enlisted men could do just as good a job, which they probably could back in those days.
So you were one of the many that was selected then?
Well, they've been putting enlisted pilots through since 1918, since they started flying, really.
Okay, and so were you one of the last ones, or was there a lot?
Well, I went through in 41 and 46, I think, was the last that went through.
Okay, great.
And how long were you an enlisted pilot? How many years before you?
Until 44.
And then you were commissioned, or?
Commissioned officer, then temporary commission in 44.
Okay, and you stayed in the Navy till what year?
1957.
And a total of how many?
20 years.
Total of 20 years, and what was your rank when you retired?
Retired as lieutenant.
And what is that, like a equivalent to?
Equivalent to a captain of the Army or Air Force.
Okay, so it's like an 03?
Right.
Okay, good, great. Well, we're gonna move on now to some other planes.
Oh.
So tell me when you're...
Did you fly that?
Yeah. Those little...
Okay, tell Charles what this is.
This just transport type plane. I flew that mostly just to keep in pilot time when I was doing shore duty. Like in Philadelphia, Naval Supply Depot.
Nice big plane.
Okay.
Required to keep or fly 4 hours, at least minimum of 4 hours a month, so they usually had a small transport type plane you flew.
How long were you in the Navy before you got married and started your family?
I was married in 1944.
1940. So you were an enlisted pilot when you originally first got married?
No, I had a commission.
Oh, you were commissioned at that
Right.
time. Very good. Okay. And when was Marilyn born?
Marilyn born September of 45.
Okay, 1945. So your family started in 45.
Right.
And this is the aircraft we just spoke about. Okay, let's move on.
28. I flew in the Navy when I retired, 1957. Instructing
Here in Pensacola?
Okay, Susan.
Boy, it looks all done.
You had to speak up and say it again. I wasn't recording whenever he said that.
Fly this. Turn around like...
This is a PB-4Y2. I flew that in training when I switched over to multi-engine, 4-engine bombers.
So this is a bomber?
Bomber.
And where did you fly this?
I flew it during training, and then I flew it from California to Hawaii, and then I flew it in the Philippines, the early part of the war, and then until 47 when I left there.
Did you bomb with this over there?
No, the war was over
Oh,
shortly
okay.
after, and
Oh.
I flew hurricanes.
We've heard some stories about how you became known as Smiley. Can you convey that to us? Kind
Well,
of give us a little.
That's a long time back. I don't remember exactly.
Now, what plane
They
were you
say
flying?
when I'd wake me up to go on duty, take a watch or something, I was always smiling. So they call me Smiley.
Okay.
Atlantic where?
Out of Argentia, Newfoundland.
Oh, okay. And what kind of plane was that?
That's PBY.
Have we seen one of them?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Is there one here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get that story when we get in front of that. Never fly it, though. It's a pretty big thing, isn't it? That way we know Daddy's not standing in front of it. We'll have him standing in front of the one continuing. But actually,
Flying it by itself.
Okay, go ahead.
N3N, I flew when I first started in flight school. Only it was on wheels, it wasn't on the float.
Okay.
that one up here you did?
Okay, you have to speak up, Susan. I can't hear you.
What kind was it?
N3N.
When did you fly it?
Flew it in, when I went through training, and also flew it as an instructor.
Okay, what about this one on the ground here?
Did you fly that one also?
NV1?
No, but I believe there's one on the other side.
Okay, this is one he did fly.
SNJ.
S&J.
Yeah.
And when did you fly this?
I flew out in Pensacola.
Okay. It's the ones he flew over the skies. Great shot of mine.
Thought you didn't want it to be too.
You flew that, right?
The
A
light
lot?
blue one over there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
High five.
Just a minute, Susan.
Okay.
Okay.
TBY-5 biplane. Flew that down in the Caribbean, 1942, 43. That's also just a seaplane, but they also have a amphib TBY-5A, which is a land plane and a seaplane, which I've flown it also. Flew it up in the North Atlantic out of Argentina, Newfoundland, and Greenland.
Is this the plane that you landed and everybody passed out or something?
It was similar. A 5A though. That was a land plane and seaplane, amphibious.
And what happened? Tell Charles what happened.
In the tower, gas line separated and let a lot of gas run down the bilges and gas people out. And we made a forced landing in the North Atlantic. So what was on the water cut in the side there to the tower and repaired the hose and got in and got it started and took off and made landfall.
All right. And for that you were awarded some medal, I understand?
Air medal.
Okay. And how was the rest of the crew whenever you were making these repairs?
Some of them were passing out and got them all on tops and out in the fresh air to keep them from completely passing out.
Good. And was it pretty dangerous to take back off after all those fuels and fumes were in the plane?
Right. We had to cut off all the electrical equipment. I had no radios, no radar. Afraid the spark would blow it up.
Yeah. Very good. You want to tell Michael what this gun is here?
Which gun?
This gun over here.
Right here? Oh, up there.
An aircraft gun.
And was that on the deck of the carrier?
Right.
What do you think about that, Michael? There's a place up there for guys to sit.
The thing swirls around.
Right.
Okay, so you didn't do a whole lot of
I didn't do any carrier work.
any carrier work? Okay.
Not as a pilot.
Okay.
And what kind of plane is this?
F6F.
F6F?
F6F, right.
It's a fighter then.
Fly it?
I flew in Quonset Point, Rhode Island.
And is it a fighter?
Fighter plane.
Was it a fighter plane?
Right.
Okay. And it was land-based and carrier-based.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, up in the air is the SBD.
Okay.
We got in training in Opelika, Florida.
All right. Let me get a shot at this plane.
Now, what year? Remember?
41.
Yeah, we might want to get a better shot of it up on the balcony.
Right.
Yeah, that looks like my logbook up there.
SB2C Helldiver? Dad, you have flown a tremendous amount of planes. And this isn't counting your Army
I'll get my
helicopters.
logbooks out and let you look through them a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
A torpedo bomber?
Okay.
Torpedo plane, TBM. Do that in Quonset Point, Rhode Island. Use it in searchlights. trained in searchlights during the war.
I guess I should have been getting some shots of these, huh?
Torpedo bomber.
Is that what the TB stands for?
Yeah.
And George Bush also,
Yes.
Flew this.
That's one he was shot down in that type.
that's interesting.
All right, so when you got out of the Navy, you were strictly a fixed wing guy.
Right, fixed wing. Instructed at Fort Rucker for a number of years, and then went to Texas and went through helicopter training.
Just like the regular Army pilots have to do.
Right.
And this was all after your Navy career. You more or less started another career with the Army.
Right.
Okay. Were you a civil servant at that time or a contractor?
No, contract work.
Okay. And they were willing to cross-train you into that and put you through the school and everything.
Right.
Which was quite a challenge for probably a guy your age, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Because most of the guys that were going through that at that time were probably little young guys, huh?
Oh, yeah. Usually much younger.
Right.
And what did he first cross-train over to?
They were doing Hueys then, right?
No,
It was a T-38 or T training helicopter of some kind.
some training, Hueys.
Yeah. Iroquois.
I forget the name of it.
Yeah, I know those little bubble-looking things are called T-30. They're a trainer helicopter called T-30 something, T-33s maybe. And then the first actual helicopter that you go into is the Huey, which is the UH-1 is the nomenclature.
Right. I only instructed in the instrument phase of it.
Okay.
TH-3525. That's the only helicopter instruction I did was in the helicopter instruments phase of it.
Did you do some training with them in the simulators
Right.
at Fort Rucker? The old Huey simulators?
I believe yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay, this is the one that I just took a picture of is one that he flew while it was used just for land-based. There was no, it wasn't a sea craft at that time. What do you think about that, Michael? Tell me what you think about that bomb, man. Have you studied in history about the bomb that was dropped on Japan? Mm-hmm. Pretty neat to see it, huh?
Yeah.
It's one like it.
What about the elevator? For some reason the stairway is marked off. Okay, I was just asking Dad was mother in the Coast Guard, and he said yes, before they were married. She was in recruiting. Oh, when in Rhode Island?
Rhode Island.
Well, that's neat. Did she just, how long did she stay in? Did she?
I don't really know. I think a couple of years.
Was Mother in the Coast Guard when you met her? She's already out.
This is just a top shot of one of the other ones.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Here, here.
This one too, up here. But
Yes, we did. That just the field they needed and put you in there. And then you got interested.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, just coming from the hills of Arkansas, you wouldn't think about becoming a pilot.
You know, went to aviation out organization after when I left boot camp. Right out of San Diego. Aviation. Attachment.
And your brothers were in service, right?
Two brothers.
Two
there.
brothers? They didn't get into aviation though, right?
No. One did. Aviation ordnance.
Who was that?
Harold.
Harold?
Yeah.
Oh.
so he was the guy that put the bombs on the plane?
Right.
Okay. Get a shot of it from up here. The blue one there, it's kind of mixed in with these others. Down on the floor is one that he flew. We took a shot of it and had a little history back in
PDY-5.
the earlier part of the film.
It's called the PDY-5. Big plane. And then this one right here. This is
the
called
one.
the what, Dad? Up here?
This is the one he flew just as a ground base, right?
The yellow or the orange?
N3N is the same as the one that was down there on
Oh yeah, the end.
floats. Remember the float guy?
This one that's the yellow one that's hanging up. Okay, this N3N here is one that your dad flew. That he had told us that he flew before, and it's exactly the same as the one down here that has the floats on it. Okay, just an air shot. Just a minute.
During Korea and Vietnam, NAPs still on active duty continued.
Okay, Michael, let him get that on tape right here. Grandpa was one of the Silver Eagles,
During the span,
right here.
3 NAPs were promoted through the ranks to rear admiral,
We have a little plaque.
and a large number to other senior ranks. Many others served proudly as NAPs throughout.
He could be a guy out there.
NAPs continued to make their contribution
Oh, that's how he started out. Where are y'all from? My husband just came back from there. He goes to school up there a lot too. Right, Patterson?
Half it.
No, he worked for the Air Force. Where'd you go up there?
To AFIT, to a software engineering course. Yes, yes. And you guys have a nice.
Which part you go to. He keeps saying, don't I want to move up there? That's the station here.
Hey, Susan, you want to narrate a little bit? Tell me a little something?
No,
Huh?
not really. I wouldn't know what to say. Oh,
Well,
here's some of the medals and decorations earned by naval aviation pilots.
then you
wanna
want
show
your
us
dad
the
to
one
point.
that you-
Okay, just a minute, Susan. Why don't you let him come over here and point them out?
Okay, Daddy, show us the one that you got.
The ones. He's
Or
probably
the
got all
ones.
of them.
If you've got more than one, show us. Got the air medal? Okay. Is there any others?
That's the air medal right there. So this was your highest decoration, right?
Right.
The air medal.
Did you ever get a good conduct medal?
Of course.
Sure.
You did, really?
You get those for just being good.
Although the good conduct medal is second from the end. Unless Dad was joking.
And the
Or was it this one?
4th.
Yeah, which one?
No, Ranger and the Sarasota and the Lex.
Yeah, Lady Lex.
So are they going to add your name to this chart here? Since
Supposed to.
okay, outstanding.
I didn't know I was going to be on a camera though. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to get it all down. I was amazed to know how many planes he had flown. I couldn't believe it. I came out here, I said, Dad, you know, I thought he just flew a couple different planes.
Oh,
and
well, we all started out
so we live in Montgomery, but my dad lives here. But, you know, he doesn't talk about it a lot. And, and I just was amazed. You know, I thought he just flew one bomber airplane or something. And there's been about 12 out here that he's shown us today.
F3 out in training.
We just came.
Oh, and I also had a Brewster Buffalo one time.
Yeah, well, I didn't fly that.
That was a horrible piece of
Like I'm going to be
They
at
say
the
that
desk.
was
He's
all.
going
It was.
Well, Spock told him he should have done 20 years ago, volunteered out here to be a guide or something, you know?
Well, I thought we were going to start in next Tuesday, I guess.
Oh, that's super.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Now, you live in Pensacola?
Right.
We're going to be able to see some meetings.
Well, you got a commission then, or?
No, I refused. I stayed as chief. I stayed chief, so I got out. I went in 42 and came out in 46.
So you were a true silver eagle that never.
What do you say?
He said you were a true silver eagle that never, you know, you stayed a
Oh, I
silver eagle.
just say that way, yeah. Not knowing it's silver.
Yeah. I'm surprised they hadn't contacted you somehow or...
Well, I don't know where the records are on this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get a hold of them. So I got once before I tried to get a hold of some records. They were in St. Louis, and they said all burned. They burned out. You know, they lost all the records. So I don't know. It was a good life, though. I didn't have no objection. I wouldn't want to go through it again.
this museum.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yes, very nice.
Beautiful.
There's so much. But see,
Amber?
my friend Cheryl
What do you
has
have there?
a guest house. You know, they live in
so you
this
have a
place to
How old
stay.
is
A guest
Myles
house
today?
in their guest house, right?
How old is Mom?
And it's neat. It's got everything in it.
She
Like, we
is
can cook there
5
and everything.
months.
And we will go and stay a
No.
full week.
And a half.